Jimmie Johnson and Matt Kenseth. They are side by side for that third and fourth positions. In fact, everybody double wide off the corner.
Castroneves has been black flagged because a moment ago he went below the yellow line. Now let's pick it up with just 6 laps to go to settle it here in the IROC race. Steve Kenseth is the leader. Can he hang on to it? He's got plenty of company in the inside line, and here comes a charge on the outside line.
That charge is led by Kurt Busch. He's got drafting help from Matt Kenseth, although Kenseth flirts with the top of the racetrack, almost stacks him 3 wide. Kenseth, though, falls in line back behind Kurt Busch as Steve Kenseth leads Busch by a fender off turn 2.
Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, topside trying to hook up, but they're all by themselves, and that inside line is beginning to rumble. Here comes Steve Kenseth. He'll blast by. Jimmie Johnson as Ryan Newman pushes him into turn number 3.
Jimmie Johnson able now to hang on to that second spot. Steve Kenseth opens up a couple of car lengths lead. Johnson in the second spot. Then they're stacked up 2 wide from third on back, led by Travis Kvapil.
Momentarily, Steve Kenseth had the biggest lead we'd seen all evening, but suddenly that goes away. Here comes Jimmie Johnson pulling up behind him, right up on his bumper to the outside. Kurt Busch gets drafting help from teammate Matt Kenseth. They go to work now, trying to chase down Kenseth in turn 1.
Races on for second, now races on for the lead. Kurt Busch drafting by on the outside lane. Fender out in front for Busch as Steve Kenseth has 6 cars stacked up behind him. Busch, Kenseth, side by side. Kenseth loses it almost off turn 2. The car breaks loose. He collects it now as they stack up off the corner.
3 wide, 4 wide. Steve Kenseth falling back. He had the race lead, but he will go all the way back to the 9th position. Kurt Busch, Jimmie Johnson, they're 3 wide for third.
But Matt Kenseth caught in the middle in that 3 wide battle. In fact, again, they're 3 wide, 2 rows deep, as that's the lead pack. 11 cars strong, led by Kurt Busch.
Steve Kenseth apparently very lucky to hang on to that car off turn number 2. Could have been a big pile up over there. Here they come down to the line. 4 laps to go as they cross the stripe again. This time, Kurt Busch is the man at the point. Jimmie Johnson rides right behind him, and they're going to get 3 wide for third place as they head for 2.
Rush hour traffic from third on back. Now they're 3 wide for second. Matt Kenseth up the middle. Travis Kvapil up top. Jimmie Johnson down low. 3 wide for second. 3 wide for fifth now as they race off the turn. Kurt Busch leads the pack off the corner.
1 car out front, then it's 3 rows of 3 as they head midway down the super stretch. All alone out front and trying to hold on is Kurt Busch. Still 3 wide. Close quarters racing. Here comes Matt Kenseth now for the lead.
Busch on the bottom. Kenseth in the outside lane. That's racing for the top spot at Daytona with just a few laps to go. And give it to Matt Kenseth by inches off of turn 4.
Coming off turn 4, everybody has drafting help. It's lined up double wide throughout the pack. Kurt Busch trying to hang on. Matt Kenseth working the outside lane. Jimmie Johnson in the middle of the pack there, trying to get something hooked up with Ryan Newman, who rides in 4th.
Here they come, steamrolling through the tri oval off the end of the front straightaway back into turn 1. Got Kurt Busch. He solidly is in the lead, but they're stacked up double wide, 6 rows deep. Down low in the first row of side-by-side racing. Jimmie Johnson up top. Matt Kenseth racing for second off turn 2.
And the leader's going to drop down in front of Jimmie Johnson, and that gives Matt Kenseth a clear shot at the lead on the outside lane. About 7 cars lined up inside, 5 on the outside. Jimmie Johnson getting a push again from Ryan Newman. 3 wide for third.
3 wide with Matt Kenseth caught in the middle as the front 2 now beginning to break away just a bit. That's Kurt Busch and Jimmie Johnson. Kenseth continues to backslide. He's back to 5th.
5 laps to go. Ryan Newman was running dead last, back in 12th position. Now he's worked his way back up to the front of the field. Maybe have a chance to win this thing. The laps wind down. They go to 2 to go as they work their way across the line. Kurt Busch hangs on to the lead. Jimmie Johnson trying to get some help to get up there. Ryan Newman, Steve Kenseth, Matt Kenseth, your top 5. They go to 2.
All 5 cars single file now as they storm back into turns 1 and 2. They're side by side for 6th. Here's Helio Castroneves to the top side of the racetrack. Scott Dixon on the charge down low. Dixon gets the spot, but Castroneves rallies back on the outside.
Up front, race leader Kurt Busch snaking his way down the back straightaway, trying to break the draft. That's not going to work because Jimmie Johnson's got the nose stuffed right under the rear deck lid. Took a look outside, but not quick enough yet.
Falls back in the line does Jimmie Johnson on Kurt Busch, who continues to lead by a car length. 4 cars now beginning to break away. 3rd is Newman, and 4th is Kenseth.
They break up that big draft, and it looks like it could be a 5-car shootout as they come down to the line. White flag about to go on the field as they cross the stripe, go back into 1. Kurt Busch has the lead now. Will he have it when they come back? Jimmie Johnson 2nd, Ryan Newman 3rd, Steve Kenseth 4th, Matt Kenseth 5th. Single file, they go to 1.
Here they come back into the corner for the final time. Kurt Busch with a 1-car length lead over Jimmie Johnson, but the draft momentum beginning to kick in now. Johnson 1 car length, half car length, looking looking outside, looking down low, looking for the win in IROC at Daytona.
Kurt Busch drops to the inside, and nobody goes with him. Here comes Jimmie Johnson, wheel to wheel for the lead. Ryan Newman thinking about making it 3 wide, but instead he'll tuck in. Now he'll look inside for the lead and the win at Daytona.
Kurt Busch leads. Here comes Matt Kenseth, the challenge for the 3rd spot. Newman in that group as well as they come off the corner. It's going to be Kurt Busch looking for the win in IROC.
Kurt Busch pulled up the track just enough to break the draft going down the back straightaway. Now he's got the top spot. One car goes all the way to the inside lane, nearly on the grass. Ryan Newman tries to come by, and a car spins coming up off the corner. One car slip slides sideways across the tri-oval area. Everybody else gets by cleanly. That car spinning now winds up down in turn number 1 as Ryan Newman picks up the win. Jimmie Johnson, the car spinning wildly just as he crossed the start-finish line. A great save as he held on to the car, and a great move by the other drivers, Barney, not to plow into him.
I'll tell you,
they were reviewing the finish.
They were very, very lucky a couple of times in those last 3 or 4 laps show that they didn't have a big pileup. Going off into the corner over there in turn number 3 just a moment ago, we saw a couple of cars get together also and almost turned around. Ryan Newman is one of those that made a little contact over there, but Ryan goes below the yellow line here and ends up spinning the car out. Correct me, it is Jimmie Johnson who spins the car out. Let's see how they're going to call this one.
Yeah, they're going to review this because Kurt Busch was leading coming to the line, and without a doubt, Ryan Newman drove right down to the bottom of the track easily, visibly here from our position below the yellow line to make the pass. He was leading at the start-finish line, was scored as the race winner, but again, they're reviewing that and probably will move him back in line and make Kurt Busch the race leader. Cars are slowing now, hitting the pit lane. Hopefully when we come back, we'll have the results of the review and tell you who has won the IROC race at Daytona. Well, they are sending Ryan Newman to victory lane, again coming off turn 4. We're watching the replays here on the next television. He did go below the yellow line, making the pass of Kurt Busch, but apparently that doesn't count in IROC racing. Ryan Newman's in victory lane. We'll talk to him and the other contenders here at the end as he's beat Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Jimmie Johnson, and Steve Kinzer in the IROC race. From Daytona International Speedway, this is MRN Radio, the voice of NASCAR. Back at Daytona International Speedway, the IROC race is complete. They have sent Ryan Newman to victory lane, but he's still sitting in the car, and apparently they're still reviewing the finish of the race. Let's talk to the man who apparently was leading, looked like was the winner. Jim Phillips is with Kurt Busch.
Okay, Kurt, you come down to the last lap, close to the finish line. You and Ryan, you were battling for that finish and the victory. What happened?
Just an awesome race amongst all these IROC guys. Unbelievable. I got the lead when Kenseth slipped up off of 2, and I was able to hold it. And then come into that last lap, my Nextel Cup teammate, Matt Kenseth, pushed me. And so it's great to have that camaraderie back and forth between a teammate and I. And coming down into 3 and 4, I thought I had the deal sealed up. I did not know that Ryan Newman had such a run. And I'm as much fault as he is for the yellow line incident, so we'll see what comes up out of it. I led some laps today to get the bonus points. I finished 3rd at the halfway break to get a bonus point. So the points will come out even. It's real special to go to victory lane here. And I had too many old moments in my mind about blocking the middle of the track and then coming low at the tri-oval. That's what you do to win here. And he got alongside of me, which is perfectly legal, and I didn't want to wreck our cars. So the both of us finished 1-2. Heck, maybe they should make Matt Kenseth the winner because he pushed me the most.
Do you feel like that you did push him out of bounds?
I don't think that I did anything more than he did. Both of us wanted the same piece of real estate. And I should have done a bit more on the aggressive side because there's $1 million up for grabs that nobody's going to lay down.
That's exactly right. That's Kurt Busch.
Ryan Newman is climbing out of the car in victory lane, and again, hearing the word from Kurt Busch, he says he shoved him down there. There was some contact coming off turn 4, so apparently that's the way it's going to stand with Ryan Newman picking up the victory.
Yeah, he kind of was squeezed down there. Ryan Newman was. There was quite a bit of contact, and it looked like it knocked Ryan's car below the yellow line, but at any rate, he is down in victory lane.
Let's go down to Gatorade victory lane.
Well, with Ryan Newman, Ryan, one whale of a race there. Tell us about that last lap. That was exciting.
I got to run 3rd down into turn 3 there. I had to figure out what I was going to do, follow the 48 or follow the 97. And looked like Jimmy had a good run going, but I chose the 97. And I figured that was my best opportunity to get a good run off turn 4 there. And fortunately, it worked out. I don't know who was pushing me. I don't know if it was Steve or who it was, but I got to thank them. And also thank the fans for coming out for a heck of a race. To get through that one without a big mess was pretty astonishing.
With about 6 or 8 laps to go, I looked up, and this number 12 machine was all the way back at the back of the pack. Talk about working your way back up to the front.
I just, you got the way the cars were. You can tell by how they're all grouped together. You got to have a car in front of you and a car behind you to really make your car run. And when that happened, I got finally back up through there. But it took me a while to get somebody behind me to push me. And I got to thank whoever it was that pushed me there at the end because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to get by Kurt.
Looked like the middle lane was the place you didn't want to be. Is that what got you to the back?
You didn't want to be there by yourself for sure. That's always been the situation here. But the bottom lane, if you can handle, was a good place to hang out.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ryan Newman takes the first leg of this IROC Series for 2004 here at Daytona.
And our congratulations to Ryan Newman as the celebration continues down in Gatorade Victory Lane.